started working at the age of 18. So when I turned 40, I had no investment. I had no robust savings or anything like that. So that tells you that because I was not focused on saving or preserving my time, my money, my energy wisely in my personal capacity or in my business, I leaked money without realizing that I was leaking money. Even though most of my black tax was chosen, I would do quite a lot of black tax towards my cousin. At some point, there was a bit of black tax towards my brother who was studying as an adult, and it was all chosen. I was never really pressured, because my parents, they're the type of parents that are okay with delaying instant gratification.
Are you the eldest in the family?
No, I'm not the eldest, I'm the middle child. But we never really had the pressure to renovate the house, do this, do that. We never had those pressures. But of course, as you may be well aware, that there's always going to be things like contributing to people's events, contributing to someone's schooling, varsity fees, and so on. And now there's this needed, there's a project there. So there's always just money, and that's where you are needed to be covering somebody's gap. And we don't keep track of it. And what was surprising was that one of the stories, the guy that I interviewed for the story, he could only calculate up to 2.5 million that he has paid since 1987. And he's towards family tax, towards black tax. And that is the monthly monies that he's paid, either towards his mother, his nephews and nieces that lived with his mother while his own child lived with him. All right? So we never count. We never keep that account. We never keep track. So I cannot tell you how much money I've paid towards black tax. All right? So I do have experience with it. Luckily for me, when I took myself to university, I think my parents understood that our black tax as their children would be that we must pay for our own education. So there are people that they straight from high school, they go to university, they study, their parents pay for them. We didn't have that luxury, all three of my siblings. And therefore, that meant that we had to do that ourselves. And so the investment was always redirected very much towards the individual in question. And we didn't do it at the same time. At some point it was my brother, at some point it was me and my business. At some point it was me investing time and money and energy to this book, right? And that always requires some level of understanding from the family, right? And accommodating. They don't have to foot my bills per se, but it means that I might not be able to contribute towards certain things because I have a particular focus at that time. So I definitely have experience with black tax. That said, right now, I have no obligation towards black tax.